Hey guys, welcome back to Figure. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Today we're going to take a look at the S.H.Figuarts Cell First Form from Dragon Ball Z. And I'm just super excited for this release, right? It's like nostalgia and technology both hit at the same time. It's really good to be a collector right now. The only issue I have with this figure, based on what I've seen from social media, is just the height of the figure. Cell's supposed to be maybe a little bit taller, but I don't know. Maybe when they make the perfect cell in the second form, they can make it a little bit taller. Hopefully they get it this time. Anyways, here's the left of the box, here's the right of the box, and here's the back of the box, and let's just check it out. And here's the figure still near the packaging, looking really good. Even though he does need to be maybe a little bit taller. I gotta check the anime again where he fought Piccolo, but yeah, I'm just really happy that he came with a fair amount of stuff. I'm really happy with the amount of faces we got. But anyways, let's check it out. Alright, and here we have the figure itself, and my first impression on this figure is really good. I love the way it looks, I love the way it feels, everything's very nicely painted and sculpted. I don't seem to have any paint issues, the joints are nice and tight, the build quality on this figure is superb. This is S.H.Figuarts at its best, right? But yeah, let me know in the comments on what you think. I did some really quick Google search and watched some of the older footages when he fought against Piccolo and Android 16, and I actually thought they did a really good job in terms of proportion. Sure, like when he first showed up, he does look a little bit thinner, maybe a little bit taller, but I think this works out, especially compared to some of the older S.H.Figuarts Bandai made. Let me just quickly grab Android 16 over here, and I think in the anime he is about the same height as 16 and Piccolo, maybe just a little bit bigger. But yeah, now that I'm looking at it, maybe he could be a little bit bigger, but I think this is good enough. Like, I don't know, it's bound to be a little bit different when it comes to figures, but it is what it is, and hopefully they can make it just a little bit bigger when it comes to Perfect Cell and the second form of Cell. Because yeah, the very famous manga page where like Goku is standing against Cell, Cell obviously looks a lot taller, so maybe they should aim for that, right? Because right now I think, yeah, if they just make Perfect Cell a little bit taller, I think that would work. The famous images can be recreated. But yeah, let's just take a closer look at the figure. I love the attention to detail, and I really like the texture here. It's a little bit shiny, and yeah, I don't have any paint issues. Like I mentioned earlier, this is just really cool. And I think we can jump straight into the articulation. I don't think there's anything you guys haven't seen already. This figure is really popular on social media. And for the articulation, let's quickly go over it from the neck down. He can look up about this much, look down about this much. You can tilt his head side to side, no problem. In the shoulder, we have a really nice butterfly joint, so you can use Kamehameha poses very easily. He can raise his arm up about this much. This is quite a lot, probably the most I've seen in a while. And you have bicep swivel, can curl about this much, and you do get the ball wrist. And my joints are actually pretty tight. This is pretty good. And then for the ab crunch, you can bend forward about this much, which is quite a lot considering he's got a lot going on over here. Maybe they could have opened another joints over here, but maybe that would make the figure a little bit too loose. And then for the lower body, we don't have a 2.0 hip, but we do have the older style pull down joint, but the plastic piece over there is covering it. He can kick up about this high, bend about this much, thigh swivel. Really nice ankle pivot, but really this is just the ball joint right here, but I think it works fine. And for the tail, I think it's segmented really well. We do have 4 joints over here, and they're all really tight. I'm not too worried about this being loose over time, but I think you do have that risk every time with this kind of stuff. I remember the older like D-Arts or S.H.Figuarts Mewtwo had that problem, or else I would have liked that figure a lot more. But I think that's more of a design of the character. All Bandai could do is just make this joint stronger, I guess. And for the wings, unfortunately this is just a flat, but I think it works really well because if they add like more articulation over here, it might be a little bit difficult because he's got a lot going on already, especially with the tail. So yeah, as long as this figure doesn't fall apart, I think it's really good. But overall, I think Bandai did a really great job in terms of engineering this time around. And let's check out the accessories. He looks really nice here. And for the accessories, we can start with the default face, and I think it looks really good. This is Cell, alright. And next up, we have kind of like a talking expression on where he's telling Piccolo he's gonna eat everybody. Very cool. And next up, we have something really similar. Also like talking but looking to the side. Maybe he's telling 17, hey, we should just be together. And the last face we got is a yelling face. It looks really good as well. And we do have this interchangeable crown, but I'm not really sure what the difference is here. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. But I believe it's when he is maybe using Kamehameha, it's like slightly tilted to the back. But I don't know. Do we really need this plastic part? He looks very similar to me. Maybe I got two of the same one, but I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. And for the interchangeable hands, first off, we have a pair of Relaxoman hands, and these are always really nice, and they're all very nicely painted and sculpted. And then we get a pair of Kamehameha hands, a pair of Ki Blasting hands, and lastly, we have a pair of Displayable hands, and I think this is meant for when he's about to eat Android 17. And we also do get an interchangeable piece for the tail when he's about to eat. But I do feel like this cone should be maybe a little bit bigger. That's a little bit unfortunate, and it's kind of hard for you to pose it despite how good the articulation is. Maybe I just have to play around with it. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I believe that's everything, and let's check out some action posing. And for the size comparison, let us start with some Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts, and I think they look okay together. Again, at this point, I think we can all agree that Cell should have been a little bit taller, should be at least the same shoulder height as Piccolo, but let me know in the comments on what you think. Hopefully Tamashii Nations hear us and just do it, right? Because we all know they could have done it very easily too. I don't know about very easily, but they could have done it. And then, of course, we have my favorite Naruto S.H.Figuarts. And then we have some JJK S.H.Figuarts. And then we have some other S.H.Figuarts I have around. And next up, we have some Mayfax figures. And lastly, we have some Figma figures. And let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, I think the figure is beautiful and I do highly recommend it. I love the paint job, the articulation is really good, figure's durable, all that good jazz. Again, this is S.H.Figuarts at its best, right? The only issue we had this figure, like we talked about earlier, is just the proportion and the height. But I think the figure is honestly good enough. Again, I'm always a big fan when it comes to villain characters. Better than getting another Goku, right? But yeah, let me know in the comments on what you think. Hopefully Bandai continues to surprise us and finally give us that 2.0 Trunks with tank top. But this is Eric. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.